If you spend some time looking around at what microphones your favorite creators are using, chances are you'll see a large dynamic microphone like the Shure SM7B quite a few times. And while it sounds incredible for spoken voice, the $400 price tag can come with a bit of a sticker shock compared to other viable options for dynamic microphones. Coming in at $200, the brand new Samson Q9U has some nice features to try to capture some of that market. With both a USB-C digital and XLR analog output, mic monitoring, and internal shock mount, how does it perform? Well, let's dive in and take a closer look at the Samson Q9U dynamic microphone. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Hey everyone, I'm Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys, and first off, let's take a look at getting the Samson Q9U out of the box. Samson keeps it pretty simple for packaging, which I'm sure can also help with the affordable price point. Inside the box, we find a USB-A to USB-C cable, a USB-C to USB-C cable, the microphone, which has a built-in mount, a pop filter or windscreen, and the user manual. At 2 pounds, the microphone feels solid and really well built. On front, there is a large metal mesh grill that protects the dynamic capsule. On the back, the Q9 features a USB-C port, XLR out, headphone out, low-cut filter, and a mid-presence boost switch. Also on the side of the microphone is a mute button. I really wish that there was a light that gave you a little bit more of a visual indicator whether or not the microphone was muted or not. That's something I really enjoy on some other USB condenser microphones, but obviously I think because this does have an analog out as well, that's something that isn't really possible necessarily with the Q9U. So out of the box, there isn't really any way to mount the microphone itself. There is this rotating yoke mount on the microphone itself, but to get that set up, you will need something else, like a kind of desk stand like this that we have here from Samson, or something like a boom arm, which is what I typically use over at my desk. And of course, Samson has their own desk stands and boom arms, and so if you want to get this in a package from them, you can do something like that. And one thing that I really enjoy about this stand, this is the MD2, it is telescopic, so you can raise it and lower it, to get it higher, which is definitely better for getting closer to, positioning it closer to your mouth for better vocals. Samson does say that you want to position the microphone between 4 to 12 inches away from whatever the source is, just to get the best sound from it. And the boom arm that I've been using, I was a little surprised. It's a very cheap boom arm from Amazon. And because of the weight of the Samson Q9U, I was a little worried that it wouldn't be able to support it, but it actually did really well. And I really haven't had any issues using the Samson Q9U on that super cheap boom arm. And I'll put a link down to that review and also the Amazon link down in the description. Spec-wise, the Q9U is using a dynamic element with humbucking coil. The frequency response is 50 to 20,000 hertz, and it does have a cardioid or unidirectional pattern. So this isn't something where it's going to, pick up the entire room. It's definitely more focused on what's right in front of the microphone, which is usually best for, vocal content creation, but can also be good for instruments as well. And while I would imagine most streamers and content creators and everything are going to be running this through some sort of software to put a little bit of effects on the voice, this is coming straight from the microphone. And the microphone does have a couple of physical controls that can alter that sound a little bit. Like we mentioned in the overview, there is a low cut filter, which is just going to cut out some of the low end, try to make it a little less boomy. And then there's also a mid boost, which is definitely going to help with vocals to give them a little bit more presence. So the way I've had it set up this entire time, I don't have any effects on it in post-production, but I do have that mid boost turned on. And so here we'll flip that mid boost off so you can hear what it sounds like just straight out of the microphone. Today, Ring is expanding its collection of smart home security gear with new accessories. Looking to grow the brand's overall ecosystem, we're getting 3 upcoming debuts that deliver entirely new products as opposed to just updating existing models. All right, and so next we're going to flip on the low cut filter so you can hear how it sounds. So this is just the low cut filter turned on. Today, Ring is expanding its collection of smart home security gear with new accessories. Looking to grow the brand's overall ecosystem, we're getting 3 upcoming debuts that deliver entirely new products as opposed to just updating existing models. And so next, we will turn off the low-cut filter and flip on that mid-boost. So this is the setting that I've had it on for everything before in the video coming up to this point. Today, Ring is expanding its collection of smart home security gear with new accessories. Looking to grow the brand's overall ecosystem, we're getting 3 upcoming debuts that deliver entirely new products as opposed to just updating existing models. And lastly, we'll turn on both the mid-boost and the low-cut filter. So this is with both of those turned on, and here we can hear how that sounds. Today, Ring is expanding its collection of smart home security gear with new accessories. Looking to grow the brand's overall ecosystem, we're getting 3 upcoming debuts that deliver entirely new products as opposed to just updating existing models. Alright, so hopefully that gives you a good idea of what the different settings on here actually do to the sound of the microphone. I'm going to put it back to having just the mid boost on because I do like having some more of the low end in there. And so everything has been straight out of the microphone. I haven't put any effects on it in Premiere. If I were to put some effects on it, this is what it would sound like. Typically, I just do a little bit of EQ and some compression. Today, Ring is expanding its collection of smart home security gear with new accessories. Looking to grow the brand's overall ecosystem, we're getting 3 upcoming debuts that deliver entirely new products as opposed to just updating existing models. And it also might just be the nature of these large dynamic microphones like this, but compared to the Razer Siren emote that I typically use for these videos for recording my voice, the Samson doesn't pick up nearly as much room noise. It's much more focused on my voice. And that might be just because dynamic microphones like this, I think you are meant to be actually closer to the microphone, so there isn't as much, possibility of picking up room noise. But that's something that I was really impressed with. And so here we'll cut back to a recent video that I did so you can hear how the voice sounds like and how the room noise sounds like compared to the Samson Q9U. You can also see the camera is just magnetic itself. That's how it attaches to everything. You can test it on the case here. And so you can, pop this onto any metal surface if you want to get a different angle as well. And while I don't have an XLR setup over at my desk, it is great to know that this also has analog XLR out as well if you want that. So some really great functionality built into this microphone for just $200. And hopefully that gives you a good idea of what this sounds like. I mean, I think the sound of the Shure SMB7 is, it's something that's iconic and legendary, and you can understand why so many people like to use it. But at twice the price of something like the Samson Q9U, that is quite a bit to pay. So if you do like the sound of the Samson and, just want to pick out something that's a little bit more affordable and you also want that USB-C connectivity, then I would definitely recommend checking out the Samson Q9U. Well, that'll wrap up our review of the Samson Q9U microphone. Hopefully it gave you a good idea of what it sounds like, and let us know what you think about it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9to5 Toys.